Roger in West Midlands, UK writes to me, Paul, I know it's been covered many times, but I've come across a few not so good comments relating to PCM versus DSD. So I'd be very interested in your take on the matter. Okay? The main issue appears to be the signal-to-noise ratio, and that DSD sounds airy. I guess that's good. But this is reportedly the signal being treated not so naturally. As I understand it, the sample rate of DSD is much higher, and it can play high-res files to their full potential, unlike PCM. Admittedly, I have looked at the ASR forums, and the guys over there aren't keen on DSD, but having said that, I've not seen anything they've ever been keen on. They seem to be a joyless bunch. Well, okay. But other sources have mentioned the same issue. I tend to trust your opinions, and why would you go DSD route if it was not as good as PCM? Well, I wouldn't. If PCM were better, I would go with PCM, because I'm just that kind of guy. I like to build things that work and sound great. Okay, there you go. End of story. Bye. First off, I would have to argue with your implication that PCM can't do high resolution. It absolutely can. It doesn't run at the same high speed, if you will, of DSD, but that's kind of a misnomer. DSD runs at very high frequencies, like we record at 11 megahertz. The standard for DSD is, it's DSD 64, which runs at a couple of megahertz, if I don't remember exactly what the number is. But it's very much high. It's very high. Where highest PCM, 352, 756, something like that, 764. DSD is 1 bit. So 1 bit running at very high is essentially the same as 16 or 24 bits running at a lower frequency. The amount of data turns out to be about the same. But that said, 352.8 kilohertz, which is what we wind up converting everything we record at Octave Records, we record at quad rate DSD, which is 11 megahertz, 256, DSD 256. And when I listen to it, from the initial capture, it's always in PCM, 352.8 kilohertz. And it sounds remarkable. And people ask, well, if you're converting DSD at Octave Records to PCM and listening to it, why don't you just record in PCM in the first place? And the question is, it doesn't sound as good. I've done the experiment over and over. Capturing in quad rate, converting the way we do it on the fly to 352 sounds amazing, just amazing. And that's why we do that. In our DACs, we take any kind of signal, whether it's PCM or DSD, we upsample it to a very high rate, convert it to DSD, and then output it via a low-pass filter so you can hear it in analog. You can't do that with PCM. PCM needs to be, runs through a little bit of a computer, if you will. And that takes that, because if you listen to the PCM stream, you'd hear nothing or noise. If you listen to the DSD stream, there's actually music. So very different formats, very different way of doing it. And to our ears, DSD sounds better. Lastly, this noise that you're talking about absolutely exists in DSD much more than it does in PCM. PCM, there's a little bit, we can filter it out, no problem. In DSD, there's a lot of ultrasonic noise. It's pushed it way high, but it's there, and it does need to be rolled off. So, yep, all that's true. My preference, DSD. But it's because it sounds better. All right, bye.